Alrighty guys, welcome back to Star Wars Review. Today is the weekly Star Wars recap for August 7th, 2023, which this week there's some news about the upcoming anthology novel, From a Certain Point of View, Return of the Jedi. Mainly all the stories were revealed, but before I do get into that, gotta jump into the new releases. Starting off with stuff that came out last week, there was Young Jedi Adventures episodes 8 through 13, I didn't watch those, and then 3 new comics, Dark Droids, issue 1, Yoda, issue 10, and Hyperspace Stories, issue 7. I haven't gone around to reading any of those yet. But coming out this week, there's Star Wars, issue 37, and Return of the Jedi, Max Rebo one-shot, which will both come out on August 9th, 2023. But let's jump into the news, which, like I said, all 40 stories for the upcoming anthology novel, From a Certain Point of View, Return of the Jedi, were revealed, which, just like the first 2 novels, just a bunch of stories from characters who aren't the main characters of the movie. So, Luke, Han, Leia. Some of the stories do have, characters who are a bigger part of the movie. Some stories are about characters who are really background characters. Some of them are about newer characters. Some of them are about characters from other movies. And some of them are even just locations. So, yeah, but I'm just going to dive into all 40. I'll say the names and the characters and the author writing the story. Which the first story is Any Work Worth Doing, written by Amal El Mohtar, which the character is Moff Jajarod. Then Fancy Man, written by Phil Sozak, which the character for that will be Max Rebo. Then The Key to Remembering, written by Olivia Chata, which the character for that will be Evie 9D9. And then Fortuna Favors the Bold, which will be written by Kwam Mabala, which character for that will be Bib Fortuna. Then Dune Sea, Songs of Salt and Moonlight, which will be written by Thea Guanzon, which the character for that is this Jabba's Palace. And then The Plan, written by Saladin Ahmed, which the character for that will be Malakili. And then Reputation, written by Tara Sim. Boba Fett will be the character for that. Kickback, written by Kay Arsenault Rivera, which the character for that will be a character named Scion, who is a new character, seemingly on the sail barge. Then Everyone's a Critic, written by Sarah Glean Marsh, which the character for that will be Salacious B. Grum. Then Satisfaction, written by Christian Baver, which the character for that will be Cy Snoodles. Then My Mouth Never Closes, written by Charlie Jane Anders, which the character for that will be the Sarlacc Pit. And then Kernels and Husks, written by Jason Fry, which the character will be Sim Alu, who's one of those weird dudes seen in the throne room. And then The Light That Falls, written by Akeem Don Bowman, which the character for that would be Bright Eyes, who's a new character, seemingly one of the creatures on Dagobah. And then From a Certain Point of View, written by Alex Jennings, which the character for that will be Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obviously, as the name of this series is based off of that line from Return of the Jedi. And then No Contingency, written by Fran Wild, which will be about Mon Mothma. Then The Burden of Leadership, written by Danny Lore, which will be about Lando Calrissian. Then Gone to the Winter Circle, written by Patricia A. Jackson, which will be about one of the scout troopers on Endor, or the Forest Moon of Endor. And then One Normal Day, written by Mary Kenny, which will be about Wicket. Then Divine Intervention, written by Paul Criley, which will be about Logray, who's like the Ewok leader person. Then The Buy-In, written by Suzanne Walker, which will be about Nora Wexley, the mother of the character Snap Wexley, seen in The Force Awakens and the Rise of Skywalker. And then The Man Who Captured Luke Skywalker, written by Max Gladstone, which will be about Igar, who's the Imperial officer we see hand Luke over to Vader in at the Imperial landing pad base place. And then Akbar, which will be by Jarrett Krosiski, which will be about Akbar, which I think this one was a comic. Sorry if I butchered the author's name. That goes for every single one of the author's names. Then there's The Impossible Flight of Ash Angels, written by Marika Nijkamp, which will be about the character Arvel Krynid, who's the green leader. And then Ending Protocol, which will be written by Hannah Whiten, which will be about a character named Riz, who's a stormtrooper and is a new character. And then there's The Last Flight, written by Ella Hazelwood, which will be about Sila Cott, who's a member of Green Squadron, which, little fun fact about the character is played by a female actress, but in the movie, their lines were dubbed over by a male actor, so it's kind of funny there. And then there's 20 and Out, written by Lamar Gills, which will be about a character named Core, who's a seemingly new character, who's a Death Star technician. And then The Ballad of Nanta, written by Sarah Kuhn, which will be about Nanta, the Ewok who dies in the movie. And then Fall Sidious, written by Olivia Blake, which will be about Palpatine. Then Impact, written by Sean Williams, which will seemingly be about the Star Destroyer, the Executor. And then Trooper Trouble, written by Laura Pohl, which will be about TK-423, which is a seemingly new character, a stormtrooper on the Death Star 2. And then To the Last, written by Dana Schwartz, which will be about Admiral Piet. And then The Emperor's Red Guards, written by Gloria Chow, which will be about the Royal Guards. Wolf Trap, written by Alyssa Wong, which will be about Hoyle, a new character, I think they're a scout trooper. And then The Extra 5%, written by MK England, which will be about Kari Neth, who's a X-Wing pilot, very briefly seen in Return of the Jedi. And then When Fire Marked the Sky, written by Emma Mika Candon, which will be about Wedge Antilles. Then The Chronicler, written by Danielle Page, which will be about a rebel chronicler who's a new character, I guess kind of like a historian or something. Then The Veteran, written by Adam Lace Garcia, which will be about Dexter Jetster. Then Brotherhood, written by Mike Chen, which will be about Anakin Skywalker. Then The Steadfast Soldier, written by Adam Christopher, which will be about Enrique Pride. I forget what his military rank was, but he was the one character in The Rise of Skywalker. I'm forgetting the actor who played him, but he's one of the more main villains in that movie. And then finally, Return of the Whales, written by Tom Engelberger, which will be about the whales, which the previous two novels, the final stories were about them, kind of. I think it was like, the first one was like them writing the opening crawl. So yeah, obviously that was a lot there. The ones I'm looking forward to, the Dexter Jetster one, I'm definitely excited for, mainly because that's a character I wouldn't really have expected to be in this one. Obviously the one about Mon Mothma I'm excited for. Anakin will definitely be interesting because he'll be a ghost in that one. And obviously the Wedge Antilles one I'm excited for, as I love Wedge Antilles. But yeah, that's really all there is there. I think this one comes out August 29th, I think it is. Yeah, August 29th. Leading up to that, I still haven't done reviews on the first two, so I'll probably do reviews of those near the end of the month leading up to this one, and I'll review this one. So check those out then. But anyways, that's going to be it for this week's weekly Star Wars recap. There really wasn't much else to talk about. Next week I'll be back talking about something. I don't know. But I've been Stars You, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
You and I both know who could help you with this. She's still just as stubborn as ever.
I bet your master found you difficult at times.
Anakin never got to finish my training. I walked away from him, just like I walked away from Sabine.
You never made things easy for me.